Welcome everyone to another Wednesday night. The fundamentals to gain inner peace with your host, Coach Menachem. And here we are, Baruch Hashem, in Chodesh Adar. So we're going to talk about a little bit how to add a little bit of joy into our day with all the work that we've been doing the past few weeks. I think there's like a little piece that we can add. A little bit of joy while we're on this journey, while we're doing the process, while we're becoming aware, while being in the moment. Many have the question, how could you tell me to be happy if I'm not? Many people, that itself makes them so anxious. I have to be happy, and I'm not happy. I don't want to be happy, and I have to be happy, and it drives them nuts. It just makes things worse. It's like somebody is trying to fall asleep and working very hard to fall asleep at night, trying to do so many things. But if you're busy trying to fall asleep, you won't be able to fall asleep. You have to stop. Stop trying to fall asleep so you can fall asleep. So maybe we have to try to stop trying to be so happy, and then you'll find some happiness in that moment, even though it doesn't seem happy, but maybe we can add some to it. And like we mentioned last week, sometimes there's resistance. I don't want to be happy for many reasons. First of all, if you would know what's going on in my life, if you would know what I'm going through now, and that's that crazy thing, and it's really, really hard. So you can't expect me to be happy. So that's number one. And others have that, it's a belief from even years ago that you don't deserve and you can't let go. I should just be proud of myself, just be happy with where I am, my situation. That means a whole piece of myself I have to let go because I've been walking around with this bag for so many years. I can't let go. I feel like it's part of me. So again, this is all awareness to see, where am I? What category would I put myself in? The resistance? Or maybe you're enjoying yourself. You're having a great time to add some simcha in your day, which is amazing. Just to be aware. Okay, so before we start, let's get grounded. We're not going to do any long exercises. At the end, we'll do a guided meditation. But for now, just to take a deep breath and put both of your feet on the ground and try to relax. And take another deep breath. Let it all out. And just become aware of where you are. Become aware of your surroundings, of what your day looked like. How did you get here? And then we could turn inwards just to see, what does my body feel? Where am I now? What am I feeling? Overwhelmed, stressed, or maybe relaxed. Maybe I've done some deep breathing a few times today. I'm in a good place. Just become aware of where you are. The ups and downs of our day. Beautiful. Take another deep breath. Let it all out. And here we are. Okay, so what are we doing with that question that many people ask? It is what it is. I feel what I feel. Can I really change it? Can I do something about it? So we've discussed in the past, we could set it intentions. We spoke about it, but for beginners, let's see where we are. One very important piece for tonight is something that's called willingness. And it's something new to me, the idea, which I've learned in a course, which we'll talk one day. But the idea is to be willing to feel it. You have to be willing to feel that little bit of joy that you would love to feel. Because if you don't want to feel it for whatever reason, then you're probably not going to feel it. And that's okay. Okay. Be kind to yourself. We don't want to judge. You might be in a place where it's too hard for you to be willing to feel it. Okay. So let's remember for tonight. There has to be that little bit of willingness. So for those who are asking, how could you tell me to change, or that itself makes them anxious? So it's important to stop for a moment to see what's holding me back. What's holding me back from feeling a little bit of the positive, of the joy in my life. So like we've mentioned many times, if you're not in a place that you can accept and feel that joy, you're probably going through or thinking focused on something that's making you feel whatever you feel. Okay, so if you're in a place where you feel overwhelmed, you're worried, there's a lot going on, that you're probably focused on that part, on those things that you're worried about. And it's making you feel that way. We discussed many times the emotions that we have. They usually come from a belief, from a way of thinking. So if you find yourself with the emotion other than joy, then you're probably thinking about something that might trigger, whether it's worry, overwhelm, sadness, thinking about something in your life that you don't like, you would love to change, you're not happy. So now that we know that it's what we focus on, so we can maybe choose to focus on something else. Okay, but again, we're not trying to push it away. Okay, we validate, we're aware of it, we see it. And if that's what you feel now, that's fine. Even if you feel that you're not willing to change and you want to stay where you are, accept yourself. If that's where you are, then that's where you are. Just keep on breathing, keep on feeling whatever comes up. If you feel the resistance, then just feel it. Just listen to it. It doesn't want to change. It believes it can't. It doesn't deserve. Or there's too much going on. So as of now, this is how I feel because this is how I feel. So good. Don't push it away. Just be aware and keep on breathing. And whatever comes up, just in and out. Becoming aware of where you are, become aware of the resistance. And maybe you can try to put like a small smile on your face in the middle and see if it makes any changes in that feeling. But again, if you're not in the mood, you don't want to do it, then don't. Don't force yourself. First, become aware of where you are. Become aware of how you feel, and we're not going to push. No pushing. It's like the little child who's not in a good mood, throwing a tantrum, and you, the adult, is saying, just put a little smile on your face and see how it makes you feel. It's not the right time. Not the right time. You first have to listen, validate, be there. So that's a very important piece. And eventually, that little smile on the face that makes a difference in how we feel. But if you're not ready, don't put it on yet. Okay. And we discussed many times the concept of the glass half full and half empty. You can feel good that you got a half a cup, which is amazing, or you could focus on the part that you're missing and then you're not happy. And every situation that you're in anything that you look at, there's always some positives and some negatives. Any situation, right? But to go right away and say thank you, Hashem, for the positive, sometimes you're pushing away the awareness of the negative, which again, you don't have to do that right away. First, become aware. Become aware that you're focusing on the half-empty part. Just become aware. And then with the breathing, you can zoom out and slowly start seeing the full picture. With the breathing itself helps to relax. It helps you to see a different perspective. But again, without pushing, just keep on breathing and be aware of what you feel. What does your body feel? When you're angry, you're sad, you're mad, where do you feel it? And just breathe into that space. Breathe in and out. Okay, so you're aware. We're not pushing it away. And now we can slowly say, wait a second, what else is going on? What else is going on in my life? What's something small that I can focus for a few minutes, something positive, something that I can feel a little bit of joy. And here's another line that was hard for me the first time I heard it. Enjoy this moment as much as possible, not more. Don't try to enjoy it more than possible. If it's only possible for you to enjoy it, let's say 10%, 5%, very little, maybe 1%, then just enjoy this moment 1%. That's it. Again, you're aware that you're in that mood that you don't want, or again, willingness is important. You have to want and feel the change. But if you're aware that you're in a situation that it's hard, and who am I to tell you to shrug it off your shoulders? I'm not. It is what it is, and it's hard. But there's always maybe that little bit, that tiny percent of something that you can enjoy. Okay, for example, let's say somebody is dealing with depression and they're on their couch, having been out of the house for 2 days. So, take them out of it. How could you take them out of it? You know what's going on in their life, you know what's going on in their mind. It's so hard. Take a deep breath and just feel the couch you're sitting on. And even if it's a tiny bit, enjoy this moment as much as possible. 1%. Just enjoy that 1%. And while I was doing it in that course that I was learning the breathing, and the instructor was saying, enjoy this moment just a little bit, I felt the resistance. I didn't want to let go. But then I started laughing because I realized how it works on our mind, how it doesn't want to let go. And if you tell it to just a drop, you don't have to, no. You don't have to enjoy the moment. You don't have to be very excited, and you don't have to enjoy it 100%. That's fine. Just a drop. And automatically it makes a shift. There are changes, perspective, different way of looking at things, and different feelings come up. So number one is willingness. Again, if you're not willing and you want to stay where you are, I accept that and accept it the way it is. You're not ready for it, and that's okay. That's fine. When you're willing, when you're ready, so when you start enjoying the moment, you're in the present moment, and start enjoying it as much as possible. Don't push, not more, nothing more than what's possible. A little bit, start enjoying. And let's see what comes up. Let's see what happens. So, like I said, for me, it made me laugh. But it makes a change. It does make changes. So talking about adding joy in our day, it's not something that we really have to do. It's the opposite. We should stop doing. Naturally, a person should have those ups and downs. Naturally, a person has the ups and downs. Things work out, things don't. You expect something, it doesn't work out. This does, this doesn't. And if you go with the natural in the moment, and you're doing this exercise already of mindfulness, and you let yourself feel whatever comes up, so then you have things that don't work out and things that do. When it doesn't work out, you feel that let down, which is okay. And then you feel things that do work out, and you feel, ah, that was good. That made me excited. That worked out. So it is ups and downs. Somebody that doesn't feel, so we know already, if you don't feel, you probably don't want to feel for different reasons, but now you're not going to feel not the positive and not the negative, not the joy, and not the, when you get upset or mad or sad because it's too hard. So that's called shutting down the emotions. Okay? Because it might be too hard. It might be too hard to be in the moment and just experience whatever emotion comes up, whatever feeling comes up. And again, if it's hard, first become aware of that part. Become aware of why. Even if you're not sure why, but I don't want to let go. This is how I feel. I'm too scared, and that's fine. Eventually, you start breathing. You start learning about the feelings. Okay, and we're not talking about somebody who went through real trauma. They should find somebody that could help them, because with the breathing that we're doing and the feelings that come up, it does bring up heavy emotions. It does bring up things that we have suppressed in the past. But if you're ready, and when you're ready with the breathing, you start becoming aware of those feelings. And then you can get back into that natural state of being in the moment, of experiencing whatever it is. You're experiencing life. So you're going to be in a natural state. And in a natural state, you have positives, negatives all day long, ups and downs, the waves, they come and go. So let me ask you, have you felt any joy today? Look back at your day and see what moments where you felt things were great. They just felt good. You felt it in your body. You were dancing, or maybe just felt like dancing. You weren't dancing, but it felt light. Now, beautiful. You can share them in the chat. Let me know if you had any of those moments. But there are many that, looking back, and the moments of joy, I don't know, it's just a regular day. Doing my regular stuff, moments of joy, you have to start thinking, maybe, I'm not sure. Right? So you're probably not in touch, or maybe you don't want to be in touch. It might be too hard. You might be in a place where not a good idea to be in touch, at least with yourself. You might need some work. You might be in a space where the only way you can cope is by just continuing your regular routine and don't stop to think. And I'm glad you're here tonight, taking some time off, not your regular routine, but it might bring up things that are hard, some emotions, some experiences that you had. So thank you so much for sharing. And yes, there are some people who have had positive moments in the day, which is amazing, and you're aware of it, I hope. But this is a question that you can ask yourself every now and then. What are some positive moments? Or when you're in it, you're like, wow, I'm in it now. Be aware of how you feel. And if you don't have, that's also fine. You're aware that you're not aware of you haven't had joy in the past few days. Okay, that's good. Not that it's good, but you're aware and you're asking yourself the questions. You're ahead of the game. So you might ask, why is it so hard for those people who are trying to be so happy and it's not working? And then they become anxious. And why is it so hard? So it's looking back on what does your day look like? And maybe it's been like that for many days, weeks, months. And it's something that we discussed in the past. What's your emotional home? What are those emotions that you're used to? And if somebody has, your home is a lot of negativity, fear, stress, overwhelm, and you're used to it for many weeks, months, then it's not easy to let go. That's your emotional home. Now, are you ready to move? No, this is where I live. I can't just let go. Okay, so that's where the willingness can be a struggle for many. To be willing to let go is not easy. But first become aware, what's my emotional home? Start writing down the emotions, make a list. One list of your negative emotions and one list of the positive emotions. And let's see what's going on, which one is stronger, where do you live? And then eventually, slowly, you'll have to get out of your house, take a nice walk, some fresh air to be able to experience things a little bit different. And that's where we can set our intentions. Again, something we discussed. What do you want to feel? You might not be aware of what do I want to feel? But if you can take a deep breath, spend a few minutes thinking, what do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? Spend a few minutes in the morning setting your intention today. You might be having a meeting, you might have to do certain things that are hard for you. Set your intention. How do you want to feel while you're doing it? And imagine it, visualize it, be there, feel it, practice. And then when you get there, slowly but surely, you get easier. Slowly but surely, you move out of what you're used to. So that's what it is. Number one is willingness. And number two, enjoy the moment as much as you can. Even if it's a drop, just enjoy it. Okay? So let's end off with our guided meditation. So last week we did the heavy, the breathing, circular breathing in and out, which does bring up heavy emotions. It brings up emotions, and for some people it's heavy. Circular breathing, right? And you can play around with it. Again, you should be comfortable. You can make it fast, you can make it slow, and you see what it does to your body. You do it fast, more tingling, slow down, more relaxed, play around. But for tonight, we're going to do coherent breathing. Okay? Coherent is the same amount out, the same amount in. Let's say you're doing 3 seconds out, there should be 3 seconds in. Okay? And what happens usually after a few times, you can do it 4 seconds because you slow down, you're relaxing, and then 5, but whatever works for you. 4 in, 4 out, or 5 in, 5 out, whatever works. Okay, so first make yourself comfortable and breathe regular, whatever, you might be out of breath, which is okay. First, we're making ourselves comfortable and just breathe. And become aware of your breathing. What does it look like? Beautiful. And now, if your breathing is 3 seconds out, then do 3 seconds in. And when you feel it slow down, you can go to 4 seconds. And whatever works, I'm going to be guiding you. Just continue the breathing and just be comfortable. Okay? So here we go. Find a comfortable place where you are. You can close your eyes, open whatever feels comfortable, and just try to relax your face. And begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths to settle into the present moment. Inhale deeply through your nose, feeling your lungs expand. And exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress with each breath. Can now transition into the coherent breathing by inhaling slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 5 seconds. Feel the breath filling your lungs completely, expanding your chest and belly. Hold the breath gently for a moment at top of your inhalation, feeling a sense of fullness and presence. And then exhale slowly and completely through your nose for another count of 5 seconds, allowing any tension or worries to dissolve with each breath out. You can pause briefly at the bottom of your exhalation, feeling a sense of stillness and relaxation. Continue this pattern of coherent breathing, inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for a moment, and then exhaling for 5 seconds. Let each breath flow naturally and effortlessly, maintaining a steady rhythm. 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. Good job. As you continue to breathe in this way, bring your awareness to the sensations of your breath flowing in and out of your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly, subtle movement of air through your nostrils. With each inhalation, imagine drawing in a sense of calm and peace, filling your entire being with relaxation and serenity. With each exhalation, imagine releasing any tension or negativity, allowing it to melt away into the ground beneath you. You can try to put a little smile on your face while you're doing the breathing and see what comes up if there's any changes in your breathing. Continue to breathe in this coherent pattern of several more cycles. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into a state of profound relaxation with each breath. In and out. And if you're enjoying it, you can always pause the recording and stay there as long as you want. And continue the breathing and feel the bliss, feel the positive, the relaxation. And now, when you feel ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Take a deep breath. Start wiggling your fingers, your toes. Slowly, you can open your eyes if they were closed. And come back into the room, and here we are. So, how did that feel? There's no pushing, no overdoing it, just relaxing. Coherent breathing. You can let me know in the chat how you feel, even with this few seconds, maybe 3-4 minutes that we did it. And you can always continue on, listen to the recording. It's a breathing that helps you relax, and it doesn't bring up all of those emotions, all of those feelings that we've discussed in the past. And it's important to know where you are. For beginners, you might want to start with that, just relaxation, a few minutes every day, just to breathe in and out, to relax. Don't go to the 10-week course, to the 50-minute breathing, twice a day with the heavy in and outs, even though I said it should be comfortable. But it does bring up emotions. It does. And we know it's not easy. It takes time to get used to it. So this is a good breathing technique for beginners. And then with that little smile, in the moment, you can find some shifts, something to be grateful for, something, maybe something very small, and enjoy that. Just try to enjoy that 1%, that little bit, just enjoy it. But there's 99 that I don't like. That's hard. Definitely hard. And if you can't focus on that little bit, then that's okay. But hopefully, eventually, one day, after listening, after validating, after being there and feeling that 99% that you're sitting with, which is so, so hard, then maybe slowly you can put a smile on your face and see something change. Focus on something that's working. Maybe that's a cup of tea, a little bit of coffee, nice weather, with everything going on. And enjoy that little bit. Just enjoy it. And it's funny because if you focus on that 1%, then your whole thing changes and you start enjoying and you're like, I can't. I don't belong here. I have to go back there. So yeah, you'll play around. You become aware of the emotions. And then eventually you become the one that's observing. You become the one that sees it. And that's amazing. Eventually you can zoom out. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank yourself for taking some time off. Taking some time off for yourself, seeing what's going on, seeing how you feel, what does work, what doesn't, what you could do, what you don't want to do. And it's amazing. Wherever you are, you're doing great. You might not be happy. You might say, oh, you don't know where I am. If you would know, again, I don't know where you are. And it could be you're going through some heavy emotions, heavy things in your life, 100%. I'm not going to take it away. And again, be aware of that. It's heavy. And then after listening, eventually maybe a drop, just a warm tea, a little bit. Thank you very much. Have a good night, a good week, and I'll see you next Wednesday night. Same time, same place. Recordings are available at menachembernfeld.com. And if you have any questions while you're on this journey, please feel free. You can send them to coachmenachem@gmail.com. I'll see you next week, Wednesday night. Thank you.